shit out of me. Well, I'm out here to do a bit of experimentation, as it were.
Kind of research you're doing.
Explosives.
I bet you there's a Yeti around here. How are you?
You're scared the shit out of me, partner.
I'm surprised you didn't see me come down the hill there. I was watching you for a bit while I was riding into town.
What was that?
I'm surprised you didn't see me coming down into the hill there. I saw you for a whiles away, despite you wearing white.
Oh, yes, I don't come into the mountains much, but I've had a few packs of wolves on me, so I heard something tramping through the snow behind me. Sorry to point my gun first. You know how it is.
Well, you're lucky you ain't skittish, because I ain't gonna shoot you over just that.
I appreciate it. Honestly, I was just looking for a place that was a bit warm.
If you ain't up in the mountains often, why's you up here then?
Well, I'm out here to do a bit of experimentation, as it were.
What you experimenting on? You friends with Mr. Wilhelm?
Who?
Mr. Wilhelm?
No, I'm afraid I don't know anyone by that name.
He's this German scientist guy. But your business is your own.
Wilhelm. I believe someone came into Doyle's Tavern the other day with that name, now that you mention it. I've never met the man before that, but I did actually meet someone. Well, I didn't meet him, but he said his name was Wilhelm for sure.
He's a German-sounding fella.
He did sound German.
Old-looking fuck, big beard.
Definitely a bit older, had a big hat and a big coat, obscured a lot of his face, but he did look a bit older.
That's probably him.
Do you mind if we go inside? I'm freezing my balls off.
I was just about to say, I'm gonna put my horse away in the stable there.
Well, yes, Ronan's in there. Try not to get kicked. He's a bit feisty today.
All right. What kind of research you doing?
Explosives. That's why I came so far out north, so no one would get hurt.
I guess that's a good idea. Especially if the law is trying to say you can't do something anyway, so you get butthurt about loud noises.
Oh, yes, but the law, frankly, can eat my ass.
I guess you was right about that. What's your name?
My name is Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, nice to meet you. My name's John.
Nice to meet you, John. What brings you so far out north? You live up here?
I haven't lived up here for a while. I do some hunting. I bring it down to Valentine on occasion to make some money for myself.
Well, here, I suppose I brought this for you, then. I didn't know if there was anyone living up here. There you are. Are you a smoker?
I am.
I am not. I partake only in hemp nowadays. The tobacco doesn't sit well with my tummy. But I brought those for you. You can smoke them at your leisure.
Haven't had cigarettes in a while.
I brought them for whoever was up here. That's what I figured. I found a couple of abandoned camps and homesteads along the way, so I picked them up.
Now many people stay up here because it's hard to survive with all the wolves and the conditions.
Oh, yes. I find the timber wolves to be quite an issue.
Yeah, I shot a few of seen them laying around outside.
Are you in need of, I have a bit of, I have a potato and a bit of meat. Maybe even some coffee if you're in need.
I'll make sure I'm well supplied when I come up here, Ezekiel, but I do appreciate the offer nonetheless.
Well, that's good. I just wanted to make sure. I find when dealing with people, they only get really ornery whenever they're hungry or something like that, you know.
No, I'm fine. I can take care of myself out here, so that's why I'm up here anyways.
Well, that's good. Take this damn poncho off. It's hot as hell.
You think you're gonna make a better explosive than TNT?
Oh, no, that's what I'm hoping to test today, is some good old-fashioned black powder TNT. Some of the old-fashioned recipes. A little more than fireworks, really, but still effective.
I think if you can take down a timber tree with that, you're probably doing good for yourself, I imagine.
I'm hopeful. I have someone who is wanting to purchase some for quite a bit, so we'll see.
You know, I bet there's plenty of men who want to buy it from you, especially if you can blow a door off a safe. I surmise.
I'm sure it could. If one was so inclined. Not really what I do. This damn hat keeps getting... I don't usually wear a hat, excuse me. Oh, it's all wool. Makes my head sweat.
You're hot, you're cold up here. You better be the latter, it's my opinion.
Oh yes, I definitely wouldn't go without the coat or this thick vest. It seems to help a lot. These damn pants, they hold the heat in like nobody's business. All leather.
Well, you're doing the right thing then. You let those pants get wet, you're gonna be freezing as hell.
I paid the tailor $10 extra to tell me what I should wear, to be honest. The smart thing to do.
Yeah, that's if they know what's up here. If you're from Saint Denis, they probably ain't know nothing about something, I tell you that.
No, I went down to Rhodes. No better than to visit the tailor in Saint Denis. Give me silks.
They try to sell you the fancy stuff, says it's good for anything.
Yes, I stopped going there quite some time ago. Frankly, I don't like to go to any of the stores in Saint Denis. The bars are quite nice, not that big tavern, but the small one. I like those people there.
I guess they're all right.
Well, I've only just recently got to know them, but have you met that Klaus fellow?
Unless that can or has.
He cleared up a couple of misunderstandings for me, and it has been very helpful, beneficial. I also got this this gun through a mutual friend that he introduced me to. It's quite nice.
It's not a bad rifle. Keep you safe for sure.
It's a bit hot to the touch, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I just noticed lately there's been a lot of dangerous people out and about from what I hear from travelers. I guess there's a lot of new gangs and the crossing these days, so either that's good for you or it's bad for you depending on who you is.
Oh, yes, I had someone try to rob me on the way up here. I told them they could try, and I pulled out a stick of dynamite and a cigar. They thought better of it. I would have felt bad for poor Ronin, but honestly, would have been a hell of a way to go.
Who tried to rob you? You don't mind me asking.
Some shitbird, I don't know. Looked skinny, not wearing a shirt. He had overalls that looked like they were piss-stained, frankly, but big tuft of hair with a huge bald spot in the middle. It almost looked like he was wearing a bit of makeup, but I don't judge, you know.
Well, she's lucky then they didn't take nothing from you.
I would like to see him try. My father always told me, keep $10 in one boot in case you get robbed. Keep a knife in the other one in case it's not enough.
Guess his father's got a good head on his shoulders, I surmise.
Well, he was okay. Maybe not so much to me, but he was, a stern teacher.
That's kind of probably how most daddies is. Mine killed my mother, so he isn't the best.
Well, I think I made out better in that situation than mine was just kind of an asshole. Not that much of an asshole.
Well, I got a bigger fire going over by the stables. I'm going to throw some meat on it. You're welcome to have some, I guess.
Yes, I think mine has pretty much died. I appreciate that.
You ever eat wolf?
Well, I have a bit of wolf here that I got a hold of earlier. A pack thought they could get me. I must say it is the first time I've cooked wolf. I have not eaten any of it yet.
Make your way through here sometimes.
Oh, this is so much better.
I'll cut it up over here. As you've already gone and tested your explosive yet?
Oh, not yet. Actually, let me go and see. I have it in a specialized saddle bag so I can have it on the road.
That's good, I guess.
They seem to have traveled quite well.
That's good. If we was just going to test one, I wouldn't mind watching just the explosion.
Oh, that's what I figured. I would love to have a unobjective observer, Bit of courage.
Yep.
I figured I'd see what I could do with it after we warm up for a bit. Let's take a walk to the end where everything seems to be a bit more destroyed. I'd hate to break something that someone would use.
A bunch of old stuck carriages and broken houses over there. I don't care if you blow them up.
I appreciate that. I was planning on going to the lake that's south of here, but it was there was a fog bank moving in, and I couldn't see a thing.
You gotta watch out for that. Sometimes it turns you around. You get real lost.
Well, yes, that's what happened. I ended up going back out the way I came in. No idea how, but I figured it was probably like a suggestion. Hey, maybe don't come down this way today. I heard some wolf howls, and like I said, I couldn't see 4 feet in front of me, so I thought I would just head out.
I guess you're lucky you made it this far. You know mountain very well. This is the first time up here.
First time in some years.
It's usually best not to come alone if you ain't familiar. That's what I says.
That's what I heard, but I don't have a lot of people that I can bring out here.
If I hire somebody.
I suppose that's true. How much would something like that cost?
Like 10, 20 bucks is what I would pay. If they get into trouble, pay them more.
That's a pretty good idea. Oh, how about this? How about I give you $10? You watch my back, so to speak, and follow me down the mountain when I head out. I have a couple more stops. I'd hate to be ambushed by wolves or bandits.
Sounds good to me. If there's problems, I gotta save your ass. It'd be 20 bucks.
Well, yes, we'd have to go down to the bank for that because I knew better not to bring too much cash, but I can give you $10 now in case I die.
All right.
Only fair.
Only fair. Well, looks like I'm in your appointment for the time being. You lead the way where you need to go.
Is that a wolf over there?
It's just some dirt dog. Coyote.
Makes me paranoid. Damn wolves.
I usually know when they's coming. They tend to be noisy about it sometimes. Always howling, hollering.
Makes sense.
Somewhere back here probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yes, I don't want any rock shrapnel or anything. Let's try this. By the looks of it, it's very stable. It looks like it can only detonate in certain circumstances. It's a bit too wet out here.
I guess that's good or bad. I don't know.
Well, it's not so bad. It's just I mean, it's not good or bad, but now we know. Science.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever seen explosives like this?
I've seen dynamite. That's about it. I've heard about this liquid stuff. If you spills it, explodes.
Blasting oil. It's a type of nitroglycerin. I'm afraid it's not legal here in the States, but I have seen it before.
I heard that sometimes people would be transporting them, and they go over a bump, it turns everybody into a red mist.
Oh yes, that is the problem. Something you have to manufacture on site.
Well, we got a storm coming in, looks like. And we've got wolves on the other side of town, sounds like.
Oh, I hope they didn't come and attack Ronin.
They should be fine inside the stable.
Ah, very good.
Don't worry, I'll keep watch. Ain't no wars can get you tonight, Mr. Ezekiel.
You can call me Morning Star. Most people prefer it.
What the hell's a Morning Star?
It's my last name.
All right, Morning Star.
Ezekiel has biblical connotations, and it is a bit harder to say than Morning Star.
Well, feel free to make yourself comfy. I'll keep watch. They're out there. He's watching. Eventually, these will get brave enough and they're going to come inside town here. They always does. Always ends badly for them as well. What was that?
I believe it. Too many structures. You funnel them into one spot, it's hard for them to get behind you. Which one of these houses do you call home?
The one with the campfire in front of it, right there.
Ah. Oh, what's wrong with this one over here?
It got holes in it.
Ah, just seems to be the biggest.
I think it used to be a classroom or something like that.
Yes, I wouldn't want to sleep in there either.
That one over there is dirty, moist. Over here is kind of dry and compact. Not too bad inside.
Oh, it's very quaint. Probably easy to keep warm.
It is.
What an interesting chair. Oh, we weren't wrong. Oh, that rain is so cold.
Yeah, it's best you don't get wet, especially up here. You find yourself dead tomorrow.
Probably a good idea. Well, now that I've done my experimentation, I feel a bit silly. I have more dynamite than I know what to do with now.
Well, now you know. Ain't explode when you shoot it.
Yes, it's very stable. Not like that blasting powder or oil you were talking about.
Well, I guess that's good. Make it sound like it's good, I guess.
It's definitely ideal. I'd rather shoot it and have it not go off than, have it go off with a sharp bump or something.
I imagine that would be bad if you're riding up here with your horse and it explodes in your pocket.
Yes, you and your horse. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference after that.
Guess you're right about that.
You wouldn't know anyone who would like to buy some dynamite, do you?
I ain't have very many friends, Mr. Morningstar, so I wouldn't know who to talk to.
Well, worth a try.
My best bet for you, though, is those gentlemen down there at Doyle's. Would probably be Moisture Mid. I know some people who might go through there. I don't know them personally, but I know the sorts who goes through there. They'd be very interested about buying from you. Excuse my hiccups. If I was you, though, don't carry all of it on you when you go sell it there, just in case it decides they wants to take it from you instead.
No. That's probably the best idea. Honestly, you've had the best chance to steal it from me so far. I haven't been this forward with anyone else, but I figured since you're up here, you're probably, trustworthy, good-hearted man,
If I was
working the
you,
land.
don't trust nobody. I ain't even trust you. Trust them as much as you can pay them.
It would definitely be worth more to you to bring me into town than it would be to take what I have on me.
Besides, I ain't do that stuff anyways.
Yes, I'm a bit old for it myself. There's no way I'm going back to Sissika.
Yeah, Sissika's a real bitch.
Yes, it is. Have you spent much time there yourself?
I went there for a short trip because
Well,
I
lucky
punched
you.
the deputy in the face.
Really?
Yep.
How interesting.
They says I has a temper. I guess they're right about that.
I went to Sissika for a very similar reason. I punched a sheriff in the face.
I guess they ain't like that too much, does they?
They sure don't. I wish I could say I was being brave or courageous, but really it was more of an accident. I am. We were all having a drink. I used to be a lawyer, you see. Mostly real estate and acquisitions, so I was serving in an estate's will. Everyone there was celebrating, a celebration of life, as it were. And I went to give him a playful jab, a jest, as some men often do. I've never been very good at it, but when that happened, he must have slipped, and I caught him hard right in the face.
I thought I heard a wolf kind of sneak up.
I'll watch your back, just in case.
Sometimes they will you hear them from a distance, but then they come up quietly.
I believe it.
Well, the sheriff you punch sounds like a real peckerhead, considering you can't take a punch from nobody.
Yes, he took the punch okay. I caught him right in the side of the face. I hit him much harder than I had intended. Caught him very good. And he had an eye patch on. And when that happened, it fell to the floor, and I think he was very embarrassed that everyone saw what was underneath.
Still, a peckerhead to put you in jail for that.
Well, he beat me within an inch of my life, actually. And his boys, his deputies, they all took me to the local jail just for a moment and then wrote up some paperwork, and I was off to Sissika. The actual charge was cruelty to animals, defiling a sheep, but there is no merit to it.
This is why I ain't like the law. It's because they gets away with anything. They a bunch of peckerheads. This guy even says they's the biggest gang, and I guess they's right.
I spent 10 years in Sissika. I bartered for my safety from a very lovely man named Duke.
Sounds like they wasted 10 years of your life.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I'm not a lawyer anymore, which is actually quite nice. And I learned a lot. How to protect myself. Duke taught me that. Very lovely man. 6'4" and 380 pounds.
A good thing he didn't make you his playmate in Sissika.
Oh no, I bartered for my safety. I had to give him my milk once a week.
Yeah, you go. I feel like I got lucky because I only went away for 3 months.
Oh yes, and honestly, milk upsets my tummy a bit, so I don't mind drinking water.
After this rain, I'll take you down the hill. You should be safe then.
I appreciate that. I might go to the south. I have some business down there. I need to go and find a few caves. I'm actually a prospector by trade, so I need to scout a few cave locations and some more dangerous terrain, but I'll definitely need to pick up more munitions before then.
If I was you, be careful around caves. People call them their spots where they does their gold mining. And they gets real aggressive when they sees others out there. So if I was you, be careful.